Now, before we do this, let's go over the ground rules. Rule number 1. No touching of the hair or face.
Of course.
And that's it!
You play as a unicorn.
I see assholes like you every day.
Every fucking day. Think you gonna get away with it? Not up in here!
Not up in here!
Ma, the meatloaf!
Unfortunately, I think the amateur status of the company has come through, and they bit off more than they could chew.
And I feel totally embarrassed about that whole scenario.
Welcome to Game Theory. Join me, your host Soulz, and my co-hosts, Tastes Like Chicken, HeyCarNut, and Lemon, as we discuss the latest gaming topics. Oh no. Oh no! I did it again.
Steve! Do something with this guy, please!
Hey everyone, and welcome to GameTheoryCast number 18. My name is Soulz, and joining me today are my co-hosts, Tastes Like Chicken and HeyCarNut. Welcome back, guys.
Hello.
Yep.
So, we got a lot of stuff to cover today. What about the Sniper Elite demo? Rob, what did you think of your brief experience with that?
I'm looking forward to the release of the game. Big fan of the original, flaws and all, and I think they have improved the game in every significant way with what I've seen in the demo.
What was your favorite part? So
Killing shit?
No, I mean, did you like the bullet time? With the
yeah, they've definitely made that a little bit more cinematic and interesting, and some more interesting effects. But just the overall atmosphere of the game is very enjoyable, even for people that would not normally consider the move slow, be quiet, avoid battle kind of atmosphere of a sniper game. I recommend taking a look at the demo. The original game I would have normally said not interested. I'm more of a fast action kind of game, but they do a really good job of drawing you into the reality of trying to survive one on many. So the overall atmosphere, I think, is the best thing about the game.
What about you, Chicken? What did you think?
For just such a small part of the game to test in the demo, I had a lot of fun with it. Played it a couple different ways on multiple different levels of difficulty. I tried going head on, just start shooting everything that moves. You can handle the game that way. And then I did the whole stealth thing where I stuck around, lined up multiple targets, took them out with one shot, that sort of thing. And you can play the game both ways and be successful doing it. And yeah, the difficulty modes add a different level of challenge to it. You can just roll on easy and just play and enjoy the game and not really have to worry about getting punked all the time, or you can crank it up to the Sniper Elite difficulty level, and it is quite a challenge.
I must say I did not play that difficulty. As you know, I would probably play the lowest difficulty, but I still had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun shooting people like Carnut and yourself, and I don't remember, was that effect, that bullet time effect, in the previous one? Anyone know?
Yeah, it was. It wasn't the same level. Like this, they took bullet time and they made it way better. So now you score a cool headshot, it'll show the skull flying apart in many different ways, and the carnage is increased, and the fun factor out of scoring shots like that is so cool. And not to mention the one video I saw, a montage somebody made of nut shots. Like, how cool is that?
Oh man, that's got to be hilarious. How long was the montage? Like 5 minutes?
Yeah, it was a couple minutes, but just a dude shooting off testes. Nothing wrong with that.
Hell yeah. Now, is there any way to trigger the bullet time, or is it just random?
Well, you gotta score a shot, so it's not going to show bullet time every time you miss.
Then, Scott, huh?
What?
Yeah, you have to try to hit people.
Yeah, you probably haven't seen it because you got to hit something.
Excuse me, I have hit people. Thank you very much. Just not many. Most of them were in the leg. No, I seriously, I hit people, but most of them were misses. So, yeah. And this game comes out in May, right? First week of May?
Yeah, just over a week.
And it's, what, $45?
The pre-order on Steam is $45. I believe it's $50 regular price, but if you pre-order, you get the Hunt Hitler or whatever the DLC pre-order incentive is. So, but as soon as it came up on Steam, Rob and I ordered it pretty much right away because we both enjoyed the original.
Cool. We also got some interesting stuff. You and me played this earlier this morning. What did you think, your reaction / thoughts on the Diablo 3 beta?
Well, once I finally got it downloaded and installed, and then was able to actually log in and play because they took the servers down for maintenance or something, it was fun. I don't know, I didn't really play a whole lot of Diablo 2, but yeah, it's cool to be able to play that sort of a game, not just by yourself, but with a few other people in co-op, and kind of curious to see the rest of the game. So probably a pre-order for me on that one.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I played Diablo 2, let's see, I'm 24 now, so when I first played it I was like 14, and I remember doing a lot of just, I guess you would call them instance runs, basically going through dungeons and trying to kill the boss to get a rare item. I don't know if they have that in this game. I haven't played it that much like you. But I did like the new gameplay. It certainly is simplified, but for good reason. I mean, a lot of people aren't going to spend time doing their skills. They just want to get straight into the game, and I think they did a great job with that. The gameplay was...
I didn't find Diablo 2 overly complicated with trying to set your guy up. You can just go run and kill stuff. Like, it wasn't overly difficult.
That's true. You got a point there. But I was reading a couple forum posts just while the servers were down. I was just reading some comments, and some of them did strike with me, but like you said, I can't really remember in Diablo 2 having any issues. But yeah, one of the things I wanted to get at was Diablo 3's gameplay. I don't know if you noticed it, but it's incredibly smooth. It's like I didn't have any issues with clipping. I mean, I know it's coming out soon, but still, I mean, usually games have a few issues before they come out, and I didn't notice any. Did you?
No, not really. But I think Blizzard is along the same lines of Valve in that they don't put anything out unless they're absolutely ready to have it played by everybody, and they've shown it with StarCraft 2, super stable game, polished, runs on tons of different rigs. Don't have to worry about having to have a top of the line computer run it, just because they want so many people to play it. But yeah, I wasn't expecting to have any issues at this point. The beta's been going for quite a while.
Yeah, and that's another thing I like about Blizzard is they do really... I mean, it's a business model, but I do like it. They do really long betas. They get all the bugs and glitches figured out, and then they release it. And I really like the game. It's really fun. The combat is immersive. I think there's, 6 classes or something like that?
5 or
Demon
6. I don't know.
Hunter,
I pretty much just jumped right in, but I think it just goes to show the level of polish and the quality of their games, because the game itself isn't, well, it obviously is a huge draw because so many people want to play it, but if you had a game that had the best gameplay, the best sort of storyline, and it was very interesting as a conceptual thought as a game, but you executed the production of it extremely poor, nobody would want to play it. So it's a super cool game and very interesting, and lots of people want to play it for that. But as a company, Blizzard delivers a top-notch product time and time again. And we saw that today with people trying to log on the weekend and play the free beta. It basically just took their servers down.
But that is a good thing in a way because it prepares them for launch. I mean, there's going to be a lot of people playing their game day one, so.
Yeah, well, they obviously had a couple different reasons for doing the free beta or the open beta this weekend. They want to stress test their servers and stuff, make sure everything will handle it, and then they want to get the game into people's hands so that people like myself that weren't too sure about the game and wouldn't be willing to spend the money to buy it without playing it first can get their hands on the game, and it'll just boost their sales.
Absolutely, and I think that's the right choice. It's definitely got a lot of elements of Diablo 2, a lot of core elements. It's got a lot of new things too, but overall, I think I'm going to buy it. It's just a matter of me getting the money. We also got some new Arma 3 video I should say, from multiple sites. It's the one with the Stratus island, and it looks incredible. Like the animations, the gargantuan size of the map. What did you think, Chicken?
Yeah, pretty cool. I thought they would just do the one sort of map to start because it's not exactly a tiny world, and then to put out a secondary sort of playing region is pretty cool. The scenery that they showed in the video is, I don't know what to say. Like Arma 2 already looked pretty good, and Arma 3 is like ×2 in terms of just the scenery. And then you notice stuff like the lighting and all that in this video. Not too sure what they did differently from Arma 2 with the lighting, but it looks damn cool.
What did you think, Rob? What were your feelings about the video?
I concur with what Chicken said. I'm looking forward to the game. I enjoyed Arma 2, warts and all, and the graphics on Arma 3 look even better. Looks like they've smoothed up the movement. So I'm looking forward to it. Good game.
Cool. Yeah, I'm also looking forward to it as well, although I'm not really a sim guy, as you guys know, but I'll try it. One of the things that they said they were going to improve with Arma 3 is the interface, and I know many people are more about the gameplay and graphics, but for me that's pretty cool because I did kind of struggle in the beginning with the interface, and that all comes with time, obviously, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, and we almost forgot to mention, it's got underwater now too. What do you think about that, Chicken?
Yeah, it's cool that they've expanded the gameplay to that part of things, but I don't know. I don't really have any thoughts on it until I can get my hands on it and try it and see what it's like.
Any word on when it's coming out, or sometime in, is it 2013 or 2012?
Oh, I think it's 2012. I originally heard like in the summer, but I think they've pushed it towards the fall, but don't quote me on that.
Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty good date, and hopefully it'll be a lot of fun. We have the Starbreeze stuff with Payday the Heist 2 announced. You want to tell us a little bit about that, Chicken?
Yeah, so Starbreeze, which is the company that made Syndicate just recently, has acquired Overkill Studios, Overkill Software, which is, made the game Payday. And also with that announcement, they announced that Payday the Heist 2 was in production. So really looking forward to that one.
Oh yeah, that was a fun game, and it was a new take on, I guess, what, SWAT?
No, like the whole heist type game.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of plays out like a movie, but only as a game. I think the first one was they had an idea of a game they wanted to do, but this one is kind of like you're dipping your foot into the pool. There's so much more you can do with a game like that, and I hope they really take off with it for the second one because I've thoroughly enjoyed the first one. Tons of fun. We got tons of playtime out of it, and it was only like a $20 game at the time. So I can't imagine what they can do with more resources and more people to throw behind the project.
Absolutely. Hopefully more maps, meaning more missions, more objectives, just more content in general. Hopefully that'll get the job done and produce a really quality game. Rob, you looking forward to Payday 2?
Yeah. They're going to need to do a lot more to get much more than $20 out of me, though, for that game. I think Payday was pretty fun, certainly worth $20, but not worth more than that, in my opinion. So with the umbrella funds available from the acquisition, hopefully they'll be able to add more features, more functionality, a little bit more variance in the game. But yeah, I'm willing to give it a shot.
Yeah, for what they did for your $20, I thought it was a decent price point for the game. But I'm just wanting more. Like, expand your idea with the game. You can do many different things with it. So yeah, I'd be curious to see where they go with it for sure.
So, Chicken, what is this about Police Warfare Kickstarter canceled?
Well, Police Warfare was a game that can't remember the studio that was doing it, but they announced a Kickstarter project. It'd been running for a week and a bit. Nothing I jumped on board with just because I had funded a couple other projects, so kind of watching the funds right now. But definitely one I was keeping an eye on, and it was kind of what they were trying to do with it is kind of like a cops and robbers sort of heist style game, but in a bigger scale, like a battlefield, and bring that not just sort of the heist style game, but more of a cops and robbers warfare style game with a larger scale map and that sort of thing. But yeah, they just announced that it had been canceled. No word as to why. Kind of leads to speculation that maybe they got picked up by a publisher or something. But because yeah, the Kickstarter wasn't doing too bad, but the word was still starting to get out about it, so more and more people are finding out about it. Another thing I was kind of wondering is maybe with the warfare in the title, Rob, do you think they might have got a cease and desist from Activision?
I seriously doubt that.
All right, well, I wasn't too sure, but yeah, I'm thinking maybe they got picked up by somebody because the concept, don't really have my head wrapped around with what that game would be, but I can definitely see some potential if they pulled it off, the right way.
Absolutely. I mean, there's not enough tactical, well, would you call this a tactical shooter or more of a SWAT type of shooter? Or what was it supposed to be?
I wouldn't want to speak for their game, but from the sort of vibe I got from their Kickstarter page is it would be kind of like a Battlefield style game. Only one side are the robbers and the other side are the SWAT people, and there's so many different things you could do with it. But obviously you rob banks and stuff like that. They showed planting explosives on armored vehicles. So
there is vehicles in it.
Oh yeah, like it's open world, like helicopters to fly in the SWAT guys. You rappel down, like all sorts of. They had a lot of great ideas, but for it to just be up and canceled, it kind of leads you to believe that there's something going on behind the scenes. But they did say they were going to announce something soon, so we'll just have to stay tuned, I guess.
Yeah, that sounds great. So what games have you been playing lately, Chicken, besides Diablo 3 today?
Well, there was the Sniper Elite V2 demo that came out, so played that. And then we've been going back to the old Rainbow Six Vegas and Vegas 2 the last week and a bit, and kicking around the co-op for that.
What about you, Rob? What games have you been playing lately?
Same. I've been playing Rainbow Six with Chicken.
Yeah,
cool.
Gun Glitch, what up?
God, thing's annoying, but the game is very fun, and I'm very pleased with myself that I actually lasted a few times, more than you did, Chicken, on the highest difficulty.
That's what she said.
Yeah, that game's a lot of fun. Now, are they going to be coming out with any new Rainbow Six Vegases or no?
Well, I don't know about Vegas specifically, but there is the new Rainbow Six that's coming out, I think 2013. The name of it's eluding me right now, but they are working on one, so that's good.
Speaking of which, you've heard of the Ghost Recon free-to-play shooter, haven't you?
Yeah, there's a couple actually that are coming out. There's the free to play, and then there's Future Soldier, I believe. There was for Future Soldier, they announced it was coming for PC, and then they said no, PC was canceled, and then oh yeah, it's coming to PC, and oh, it might not be, but it is. So I don't know what's going on with that, but I'd be willing to take a shot at that. I think they're both in beta right now, so I don't know. I threw my name in to do the testing. I don't know, see what happens.
I've heard from quite a bit of people that it's actually a decent game. Those that are testing it, including some people in the community. But,
all right, down boy.
What?
I don't know. I think the Future Soldier isn't a bad style of game, but I was more a fan of the original style Rainbow Six, the sort of SWAT type games, and then they kind of branched off. I would really love to see a Splinter Cell. Chaos Theory, another one of those. That was tons of fun.
Have you played that one recently, by the way?
Rob and I went back and did a couple levels on the hardest difficulty, and yeah, makes me want to hurt people. Well, eventually.
Oh. So, how many hours do you think you've gotten out of Splinter Cell overall? About 100?
I don't know how many. I really don't know, because I had to do a format on my hard drive, and it never keeps accurate track of game time once you do that. So I don't know, a lot of time. I got more than like the $5 that the game was priced at. So yeah,
that's true. I mean, can't beat that, right? What else is there? There's Crisis 3. Did anyone watch the trailer or any of the screenshots? If so, what do you guys think? Okay, well, I did watch the video. It's not very detailed, but it's got pretty good graphics. Then you've also got Max Payne 3. I hope that has co-op, but I'm not sure. And apparently it's also coming out on mobile platforms, but I don't even have an iPad, so, or any other tablets per se. Has anyone here played Max Payne 2, Chicken?
Maybe. I think I've played a Max Payne game, don't know which one, but there's been a few years since the last one came out, no?
It's been at least, 3 or 4, I think? Something like that? It's been a while. So, what games are you guys looking forward to this year the most? And I think I can take a guess, but I'll let you guys speak for yourself. Chicken?
There's a lot of stuff coming out.
Top 3.
Borderlands 2. Shit, I don't know. Like Arma 3 is one I'm really looking forward to. I don't know, man. There's so many. Like coming up right away. There's Sniper Elite 2. There's Diablo 3. Like right away, and I know I'm completely forgetting about other games that I've already pretty much ordered. But I don't know. I really want to see more of Brothers in Arms Furious 4. It kind of seems like a Borderlands style co-op game. So I'd love to get my hands on that. There's the Aliens Colonial Marines or whatever it's called. Want to play
Isn't
that
by Gearbox or Bethesda?
Yeah, Gearbox is having a big year. There's Borderlands 2. There's Brothers in Arms. The Aliens game. There's one that they haven't announced. I believe they're working on. So yeah, I want to play their stuff, but I don't know. There's so much coming out.
Yeah, this year is going to be even better than last year, I think. Because, I mean, last year you had Skyrim, you had Modern Warfare 3, Battlefield 3. I can only list the big ones, of course, because that's all I remember. But I know there was more than that. This year you've got, obviously, Diablo 3. I think the next StarCraft 2's expansion is coming out. What else is there?
Let's just say the list is very long, and it's a good list this year without even having to go to the Call of Duty. You don't even have to mention that one. You know it's coming out. We haven't seen really anything about it. I think there's an announcement coming out in May maybe, but my list is already looking pretty good without even looking at a Call of Duty game. Not to say I wouldn't buy it, but right now it's not even a concern.
Well, to me, it's like there's so much variety out there now. It's like I I might buy it. There might be something that fills its place for me. I don't know. It's like there's just so much selection this year.
Rob, what are you looking forward to?
Borderlands.
Cool. Good man.
And then?
November elections.
And then?
Obviously, Sniper Elite V2 already bought that. Arma. What else is coming out? Those are really the only ones on my radar screen. I mean, you know me. I pretty much, as long as it's not a turd or contain too many dwarves or fast-foos or dragons, I'll buy it and try it out. So, but the one I'm really looking forward to is Borderlands. I'm sure I'm going to get my 1,000 hours out of that.
Yeah, and even just the Sniper Elite, having the whole campaign playable in co-op, I know for you and I to just sit down and play that, we're going to go through it over and over again, just trying to one-up each other with the type of kills we pull off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I'll put my mouse on the floor and use my foot so you have a chance. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the co-op.
Ouch.
Yeah, so you can go fuck yourself.
Would you like some ice for that burn?
You're not
No.
one to talk, man. You know, you're playing the game, the demo in Scott mode, which I think that's where the enemies shoot themselves.
That's the first time I heard that one.
Anyway, there's a lot of good games. It's going to be a good gaming summer. And I'd like to see actually some more content come out for what the hell is that crazy co-op game?
Saints
Chicken
Row,
Run
that's
Through?
third.
No. Well, we know there'll be more content for that. That's a game that just keeps on giving. No. It's a bit primitive, and the mechanics are a bit primitive, but it's just complete, utter friggin'
RO2.
chaos. No.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
no.
I thought you meant shit.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. I know which one.
I'm drawing a total blank.
It's Serious Sam?
That's it.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to see some more content come out for that game. To me, that was just a hilariously fun game. It had a lot of flaws, but it almost was part of the character of the game. But just for pure, unadulterated pillow fight with bullets fun, that friggin' game cracked me up. So I'm hoping for some more content from them this summer.
Yeah, I'd definitely be down for buying an expansion or something for that game because, man, it was a lot of fun. As long as it's not the friggin' invisibility difficulty level, that fucking
was a
sucked.
little...
That sucked, but I don't know. The game was extremely tough on the highest level, but a lot of fun. Like, you never really got stuck doing it, but it was hard.
Dude, that invisible difficulty was like... I wasn't it like 5 deaths per level that you were allowed even on the highest? And it's like, well, how the fuck am I going to stay alive for more than... Like, it's nearly impossible to always live in that game, which adds to the carnage, obviously, but that game is just a blast.
Let's just say you can't really go out and eat a big Mexican meal before playing it because there's always the danger of shitting yourself from surprise.
Yep, that's you got that right. It's epic on a grand scale, and that's what I'm hoping Borderlands 2, and I'm sure it'll be great, but I think Borderlands 2 is going to be a lot of fun. Now, when did Serious Sam come out? Was that like mid last year or something, or later in the year?
No, it was like November, I think. I don't know, it kind of went under the radar for a lot of people just because of the big titles that come out every year, but no, it was lots of fun. I probably played that way more than Modern Warfare 3, so that kind of says something for the game, but yeah, no, it was a great game. It's not like one that's super polished or anything, but it was a game that if you got into it, you could really appreciate it for what it did well, and the flaws just kind of added to the sort of, I don't know what to call it, but you know, when you look back on a game that you've played years ago, and you remember how much fun it was, even though it had some flaws that really pissed you off at the time. Now, when you look back at a game like that, you're like, oh, that silly game. Remember that flaw? Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot of times in first-person shooters. Not glitches, but like you said, flaws, where it really adds to the immersion of the gameplay sometimes. It's just...
Yeah, well, it could suck at the time, but that I don't know. It's kind of like you don't appreciate the game for its good qualities because you're so focused on the poor ones, and we can directly apply this to games that people are bitching about now, like Battlefield 3 or whatever. But years from now, when the game is not being played anymore, people will look back and be like, "Oh, I kind of missed out with all the enjoyment I could have had because I was so busy bitching about the things that weren't quite right with it."
Yeah, and don't forget the hardcore community.
Sure.
No, I mean, like, it's the level of complaining.
Oh, well, whiners are going to whine. It's just what they do.
I just think it's a bit excessive in the PC gaming world. I don't know what it is. I'm sure there's activist groups out there, and I know there are, but something about the PC gaming activist group is more vocal, I want to say.
Oh, well, obviously, but I don't know. I'm kind of starting to ignore that.
That's true.
Getting into playing the games and enjoying them for what they are, and it leads to a whole nother level of appreciation for the people that make the games because they obviously have a vision with what they want to do, and to just get your mind out of the way and just play the game and have fun for what it is, it's awesome. You get back to what gaming should be, all about fun.
I agree. And on that note, I'd like to thank you, Chicken and Rob, for attending this cast. Chicken?
Thanks for having me back.
Thank you, Rob.
Yeah.
And as always, you guys can tune in to this every 2 weeks. So the next cast, we might be, well, yeah, we're going to have
barring any special announcements, we'll be back on, the 5th of May?
Yes, same time, 8 p.m. UTC, 1 p.m. Pacific time. And if you really want me to get anal, 4 p.m.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you all for attending, and that's it.
Toodles.
So anyway, we're between banks right now. Just make those checks out to cash. Cave Johnson, we're done here.